2024.
Happy birthday to me.
Oh!
I also have to say thank you to Beyonce.
What the hell was that? From JoJo Siwa holding us hostage with her whatever that is, to very big household names being exposed. 2024 was a lot of things, but one thing you could not call it was boring. Hey guys, it's Alasia, and today we're going to be getting into the biggest pop culture scandals at the end of 2024. And I know it's 2025. This video is late. I've made previous videos on what happened in the beginning of 2024 and what happened in the summer if you guys want to go watch those first. But brace yourselves for the end of the year because it's by far the worst. Starting off with Miss Poopy, the skinny legend herself. So she had drama over the summer with this TikToker named Mads because Mads was dating this rapper that Ice Spice was also messing with, and it was just like a big messy thing and people were not messing with her. I included her in my last video, but right when I uploaded that video, more Ice lore dropped. So this drama started to unfold when Ice's former friend Cleopatra posted a TikTok video about how Ice isn't who we think she is. In the video, she stated that Ice wanted her to perform and invited her as a special guest on one of Ice Spice's tours.
I get a call from Ice very early in the morning. Cleo, come on tour with me. I miss you. Come. I guess she's really trying to make up for that fake shit that got exposed.
And Cleo accepted the offer even though they weren't that close because she felt like Ice was trying to make amends for a previous beef that they had.
She tells me, like, I think everybody's jealous of me. Don't take offense to it. I say that about everybody.
Cleo said that the invite seemed a little bit sketchy since Ice only invited her out before she was dropping a song.
So it was like, what? This girl kind of uses me for her rollouts.
And on top of that, didn't even put Cleo's name on the set list.
Like, just about nobody knew I was coming on tour. It was like a special guest.
I mean, this would kind of make sense if Cleo was a much bigger artist coming on as like a surprise guest, but Ice is the main event, I guess you could say. So it's really weird that she wouldn't include Cleo on the set list. And to make matters worse, Ice invited Cleo on tour with very short notice.
This is so last minute. Like, you're only giving me one day to prepare. Like,
Ice Spice's team was not being accommodating to Cleo, and they didn't treat her as a guest star like Ice Spice said she would be.
and now we're at the venue, and I do need something in the suitcase. Like, I had a wardrobe malfunction. So I'm like, oh, how can I get the bag? She's like, tell the security to get it for you. I'm like, I asked the security, I'm like, can you take my bag? He said no. I feel like she could have simply said to the security, like, take Cleo's bag.
And this whole situation was a little bit weird to me because as an artist, you would want your team to accommodate the person you literally invited. On top of Cleo not being treated as an artist, she comes to find her bag sitting outside of Ice Spice's door. Not only was it outside, but it was brought outside after it was already in the room. And she later got notifications that her card was being used.
I see my bag, Telfar bag, outside of her door. And I'm just like, wait, why would they kick this little bag out? Why would it need to be kicked out the room? A few days later, my card was used. $700 and something.
And this goes back to the whole thing about Cleo saying the invite was sketchy. Because why would you leave somebody's bag out? Obviously, the contents in the purse would be stolen. And I'm surprised the whole purse wasn't. After Cleo finds her bag outside of Ice's room, Ice Spice literally tells her that she needs to book her own room while they're already at the hotel instead of telling her in the invite.
I didn't know I was getting my own room. Like, girl, you could have texted me that. Cleo, make sure you get your own room. This is the hotel we staying at. I could have had the room booked already before we got here, boo.
So here is where the viral beef comes in. Ice and Cleo went out for dinner or a lunch, I believe. I can't really remember. But Ice's team wasn't allowing Cleo to order food because she wasn't on the budget. I'd like to note that Cleo wasn't even expecting Ice's team to pay for her. She was fully ready for checks to be sent to her management team or even pay out of pocket. She just wanted to be included.
Why is your production saying that I'm not a part of the budget for a chicken salad? Y'all could have bought that chicken salad and literally got the money from my manager or me. But y'all wanted to show me so bad that I can't get nothing.
After the 6-part story time by Cleo, Ice Spice literally started going online speaking poorly about her.
Mad last minute, we added another tour bus. So I'm like, now we have extra room. We have extra bunks. So I'm like, oh, let me see if Cleo wants to come.
She was invalidating Cleo's experience by saying, since they did nice things on tour, Cleo had no reason to be upset by the mistreatment.
We was at the movie theaters. We was siphon.
And went on about how Cleo was just using her for fame.
The moment that somebody feels like they can no longer use your platform, that's when they decide to crash out every single time.
And then the tone shifted from, oh, Poor me, I'm just a good person trying to help out a friend. To straight up fat shaming.
You not gonna tell the people how we was at an Italian restaurant and you ate so much fucking food, you fucking vacuum?
Like, huh? How did we get here? What the fuck else are you supposed to do at a restaurant? Ice Spice would hate to see me coming. Ice Spice got a lot of hate for this because it was basically proving everything that Cleo was saying, and her statement didn't clear anything up as a misunderstanding. And the fat shaming was cherry on top. And instead of having a mature conversation and trying to settle things with Cleo, Ice Spice posts a tweet saying, "What should I eat for dinner tonight? Steak or chicken salad?" I'm embarrassed. Such stinky behavior. Speaking of stinky, let's talk about the father of Sky Jackson's baby, also known as Yerky. So this drama started when it was released that Sky Jackson was going to jail for allegedly abusing her boyfriend at a Universal Studios. She ended up telling the police that there was nothing going on and everything was a big misunderstanding, that they were very happy and were expecting. The internet did what they do best and started scavenging the internet to find Yerky. And they were displeased with the results. A lot of people were negging him on his looks and his lifestyle and how he presents himself online. He's allegedly been DMing girls and liking their photos on Instagram and bad-mouthing Sky online. I'm salty. I got this dumb Disney Channel pregnant. I hate this hoe. Sky and her mother did post a comment saying that his account was hacked and he never said that, but we've seen this before. This sounds a little familiar. When Offset got caught cheating and then he faked being hacked on Twitter. Balls in my face. I'm gay, y'all. That's so niche. That's what this reminds me of. People will do anything to stir up drama, so I will give him the benefit of the doubt. So to dig deeper in the Yerky drama, some people found out that this wouldn't be his first child, but his fourth. Allegedly. There's this video of him outside of a jail kissing a baby. And if you don't think that's bad, it gets uglier. On a stream, it was claimed that Yerky was speaking poorly about Cameron Boyce, an old Disney star that passed away, and also a very close friend to Sky.
And we just really built up this bond for years and years and years. And he was kind of like a big brother figure to me. Of course, I miss him every day, but I have him on my phone case, so I get to see him.
People were commenting on Yerky's live, talking about Cameron Boyce, and he clapped back saying, "I'm smoking on that Cameron pack," which is the most disgusting, inhumane thing he could have ever said. I personally couldn't find the actual stream of Yerky saying that, so this could be an internet rumor that got out of hand, and hopefully it is, because it would be very disheartening to learn that Sky is still with someone who's so comfortable speaking about the deceased that way, let alone her very close friend.
So Sky Jackson's baby daddy, Yerky, spoke ill of Cameron Boyce, right? And within 24 hours, apparently he was hit by a car, and then right after he was arrested by the police.
More recently, paparazzi photos of Sky were leaked of her and Yerky taking a walk, and she seemed really upset and showing her baby bump. And these pictures obviously went viral because it proved that she was pregnant after not seeing her online for so long. A lot of people felt sad for her because of what's been said online about Yerky and his previous posts. And a lot of people were just surprised because they felt like Sky should have / would have ended up with someone more Hollywood successful, like an athlete or another actor. But after the photos were leaked, Sky popped out in full glam, showing off her baby bump in a crop top and what I think is a jab to the public to shut up and stop talking about her in a bad light. She told People magazine that she was excited to be a mother and her career was doing really well. But since then, I personally haven't seen much of Yerky online. And Sky seems to be regaining her confidence and doing well. Now, let's get into the nitty gritty, or should I say nitty ditty? This story runs very deep, so I'm going to do my best to explain it in a crunch. P. Diddy, aka Sean Combs, best known as the Diddler, has been facing allegations since the beginning of his career. He started his career in the early 90s after founding his own label, Bad Boy Records, and then releasing his first album in 97. Bad Boy Records was rivals with another very popular label called Death Row Records, who featured large artists like Tupac and Snoop Dogg. And what seemed to start off as like a small, friendly little rival quickly turned deadly, resulting in multiple murders that Diddy has been accused of being in the middle of. After Tupac's death, his family hired a high-profile investigator to find out more details about the case. And days after the investigator revealed suspicions about Diddy's involvement in the case, Tupac's stepbrother appeared on the Piers Morgan show to provide his view on the matter. He expressed his doubts about Diddy's denial of involvement in the case and stated he just wanted justice for his brother. During Diddy's career, he's been arrested multiple times, and over 24 of people have filed lawsuits against him for SA, physical abuse, and drugging. 1991, Diddy accused of SA after first date. 1992, Diddy tied to deadly stampede in Harlem. 1999, Diddy arrested with J-Lo. Throughout all of his legal troubles, he was never truly held accountable because he was either acquitted, paid people off, or had charges dropped. A 38-year-old Diddy signed 19-year-old Cassie to Bad Boy Records. They met in 2005 and shortly started dating 2 years after. It was alleged that Diddy was obsessed with Cassie throughout their 11 years of dating, ultimately leading Cassie to make claims that Diddy urged her to take drugs, beat her, SA'd her, and forced her to sleep with others while Diddy either watched or recorded them. These forced sexual acts were called freak-offs and lasted for days, resulting in people having to be hooked up to IVs due to dehydration. Cassie was beaten and threatened and told she wasn't able to work on her music unless she participated in these freak-offs. And we now know Cassie was not the only victim of these freak-offs. And if you're wondering why she didn't just go to the police at this time, she said she recognized Diddy's influence and reporting him wouldn't tarnish his image at all and just give him an excuse to further abuse her. In 2016, Diddy was caught on tape beating Cassie in a hotel hallway. She tried to escape while he was sleeping, but he woke up soon after, chased her down the hallway, and was punching her in the face. Diddy paid hotel staff for the footage, which was swept under the rug until recently. And this is the first instance, from my knowledge, that the public has actually seen Diddy in this aggressive state that he's been accused of in the past. And in 2023, Cassie finally filed a lawsuit against Diddy, where she accused him of physical and psychological abuse, along with SA, forcing her to do drugs, and accused him of attempted murder, including a story about Diddy dangling a woman on the 17th floor of an apartment building. And in March 2024, federal officers got a warrant to search his LA and Miami home, where they found a bunch of high-profile guns, ammo, and large amounts of baby oil and lube, which proved the freak-offs were happening. After all of these years of denying what happened, police literally found 1,000 bottles of baby oil in his house. How the hell is he gonna deny that now? Oh yeah, those aren't mine. I'm just holding it for a friend. On September 16th, Diddy was arrested on charges of trafficking, racketeering conspiracy, and transportation for people of the night, if you know what I mean. Since Diddy's arrest, he's been denied bond and even allegedly had a mental breakdown this Christmas because it was his first time without the kids. And I hope he spends the rest of his Christmases away from children, away from his family, getting what he deserves and rotting in prison forever. And I just want to say the Diddy situation has gotten way out of hand. And I'm so disappointed with how the public treated it. People dressed up as him for Halloween. Loser! Which is absolutely disgusting. And now every comment section on Instagram is, oh, nice try, Diddy. You guys are not funny. And it's like, oh my God. Don't piss me off. Like how Mr. Beast has been pissing off Rosanna all year. I went over the Jimmy situation in my last video of the 2024 series. So piggybacking off of what I said in that video, Rosanna continues to stand on Mr. Beast's neck. Rosanna posted a video on YouTube trying to review Jimmy's brand Lunchly and compare it to Lunchables, because some people were saying that Lunchly was basically just a knockoff Lunchables. But when she opened the package, there was a bunch of mold. And she was upset, rightfully so, because the packaging said it was supposed to last for the next 2 months. So the food already being moldy upon opening is a big red flag.
These are molded. Okay, so these ones are supposed to be good until December, and we just got them from the store. This is used by December 8th, 2024, and today's date is October 16th.
She also mentioned how dangerous it might be for children to consume it because they might not know what mold looks like and eat it anyway and end up getting sick.
This is molded. That's mold. This is not safe, especially the kids that are so young. They may not know what mold looks like, so they might just eat it. I like that it just says epic ingredients.
The epic ingredients are mold. Rosanna was not the first person or the most recent to post about Lunchly having mold inside of it, and multiple videos have been uploaded since.
Why is there mold in the Lunchly?
Oh my god, it's actually disgusting.
Then a post about Lunchly having a recall went viral.
According to ex-users, various retail stores have recalled Lunchly products due to FDA's concerns. The sign in the tweet reads, due to public health concerns, the FDA has recalled Lunchly products. We will restock as soon as deemed fit for consumption and ship through our warehouse.
Logan Paul, of course, made a crappy clapback saying that all of the recall posts for Lunchly were fake and it was actually an employee that created the sign.
So who put that fake sign up? Turns out it was an employee named...
He went as low as doxing and calling Rosanna out for being a clout chaser, which is really ironic coming from a Paul brother.
An attention-hungry little clout goblin who has made it her entire identity to speak negatively on all things Mr. Beast.
You can't come up with an original song. Didn't you literally get sued for copying someone else? Then you can't come up with an original food line.
Attention-hungry little clout goblin.
I think there's someone hanging right there.
An attention-hungry little clout goblin.
Coffeezilla, your slang is... Thank you, Coffeezilla. I am very grateful for your work and your investigation.
An attention-hungry little clout goblin.
Severe and continuous lapse in my judgment.
But of course, Rosanna came back swinging and brought the employee on her podcast. He said that the sign was originally put up because there were many foods at his store that were being recalled and he did it as a safety precaution. And once they got the new shipments for Lunchly, he took the sign down and restocked it.
There was numerous recalls issued for a bunch of different brands due to contaminated chicken, the Lunchly section. And as I was passing by, I noticed that it was completely empty and that there was some, this item is temporarily out of stock stickers. And I walked up to my boss and asked, should I post a sign, do you think? Like, you can go ahead and do that and I will post, or I will find the actual recall notice and put it up. And if it's not been, I'll pull it down. And a few days later, he was harassed at his job by a Lunchly representative. And I found this out by a Lunchly's representative that came into my work at like 9 at night and was asking me a bunch of really odd questions. And then he was unfortunately fired from his job.
What were the repercussions that happened to you after the Lunchly rep left?
And I got called into HR. They gave me suspension without pay and it's pending investigation.
There's also this big thing that I feel like I haven't seen enough people talk about. I didn't even find out about it until I started researching for this video. But Rosanna literally got the FBI on Mr. Beast. She's accusing Mr. Beast of knowing about the PDF file behavior of his employees. In a YouTube video named Mr. Beast Knew All Along, she leaked conversations of a group chat that Jimmy was included in where they spoke disgustingly about minors and cannibalism.
Ava Tyson sends a photo of a young-looking girl in a sheer top.
Ivanka Trump when she was 13. How the hell could Jimmy say he doesn't know about his best friend when he's posting this in the chat with him?
Now, Rosanna is continuing to interview contestants that were on the Beast Games and getting the inside scoop on their story. One woman in particular got a head injury and now she's unable to do some of the physical activities she was able to do before joining the show.
Me to nurses or to the ambulance or anything else. I didn't know I was kicked because apparently I blacked out momentarily. And said, you know, I think I have a 1-year recovery.
Amanda has a PhD in political science and is best known for her online community, Eat Like a Bear. However, because of her injury, Amanda is unable to fully do the work that she did before the Beast Games.
And she's facing a tremendous financial dip due to her medical bills.
She told me her financial situation is the worst she can ever remember because of her injury.
And people are very disappointed because why wouldn't the big rich guy who's known for giving out free stuff not help someone that was literally a contestant on their show and got hurt on the show? Not to mention a crew member literally almost died because a piece of the set fell on him.
We have tons of behind the scenes dropping when the show does to show how blown out of proportion these claims were. Just can't release now because it would spoil the games. Do you think that he's going to release footage of the crew member who nearly died from a piece of the set falling on him?
Honestly, I hope Mr. Beast goes down, but it's very unlikely because his fan base is 10 years old. So the last little mentions I want to talk about are, of course, Fish Girl.
Nina.
She made a comeback in 2024. She's back and she's better.
My name is Jordan, not Nina. Hi, nice to meet ya. I was Fish Girl, good 4 years ago.
Nina, I feel like for Fish Girl, people don't quote the best part. They only quote Nina, Nina, Nina. But the best part is literally when she gets kicked out and she's salty and she's like, I'm gonna be so mean. I'm gonna be so mean right now.
I'm gonna be hella mean. I'm gonna be so mean.
Like, I quote that all the time and people don't know what I'm talking about. And I'm like, okay, the last little thing I want to mention is the Timothy lookalike contest. What the hell? That was so funny. It was so random. I watched the creator's YouTube video on the Timothy lookalike contest and he literally said he hosted 2 contests. He hosted one for Kai Cenat and Timothy, and Timothy's went ultra viral and only like 5 people showed up for Kai's.
I hung up 2 sets of posters, 100 Kai Cenat lookalike competitions and 100 Timothée Chalamet lookalike competitions. Cut to the Kai Cenat lookalike competition.
What's your ETA? What's your ETA?
In case you missed it, I'll play the Timothée Chalamet lookalike competition.
But the orchestrator put up 100 posters of each Kai and Timothy around New York City, which resulted in 10,000 people showing up to Timothy's. People were arrested. He rode a wonky tricycle. A lot was going on. And honestly, I get it because Timothy has that face that could be easily replicated. If the real Timothy was in the park, I probably wouldn't have recognized him. All right, guys. I am calling it here. I just want to say thank you guys so much for getting me to 10K last year. That was literally on my end of the year goals. I see all your messages. I see all of your comments, and it means so much to me that you guys are supporting and watching, and you're still here even when I post like fucking Corey. Thank you, Beyonce, for allowing this video to be made. I literally wouldn't be a YouTuber without her. If you like me, subscribe. If you like this video, give it a like. It helps my channel so much. And comment your thoughts on anything I said in this video, your favorite 2024 pop culture moments. And please, if you know the Beyonce lore, please comment down below, because I tried to add it in this video and it wasn't clicking. I couldn't find a video that was like in depth enough of Beyonce lore. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.